Hello, everybody. Hello. So glad to see so many folks jumping into the room today. Happy Friday. Happy day 1447 days of Daily Antidote of Song, careening rapidly towards two kind of landmarks. We've got the first day of our 5th year coming up on April 6th. And I think day 1,500 is going to be on May 14. So stick around, folks. We're going to have some good parties coming up. So I want to say hi to everybody out there on the live stream. Thanks, gang, for joining us, everybody out there on YouTube and everybody out there on Facebook. And of course, hello to everybody in this room. Greetings to, of course, our amazing song leader, Matlakala Bopape, who is coming in from South Africa. And we'll talk with her in just a minute after I say hi to the rest of you. Hello, Kevin in DC, Bob and Mabel and the Bears. Hello, Athena in Brooklyn, Dally in Maryland, Kathy in Colorado, Elizabeth in California, Julie in Ontario, Arlene in California. Somebody's connecting to audio. Dan in Vienna, Virginia, Hoda in British Columbia, Carolyn in Boise, Idaho, Lola in British Columbia, Cricket in Maryland, Sheila in North Florida. Hello to Sylvia and Jane in Massachusetts. We're glad you guys are back again. Nice to see you. Luda in Victoria, British Columbia, Storm in Mass, Ruth and Clive coming in from Birmingham, UK. Nice to see both of you on the same screen. Kathleen in Albuquerque, New Mexico, Sue in Seattle, Alinda on Orcas Island, Aloysius in Massachusetts. We've got Deborah and Robert in Kentucky. We have Nancy and her cow in Washington State. Kevin Ennis coming in from the hospital in New Hampshire. We're sending you lots of love. Anne, Gary in Mass, Dawn and the Curly Tops coming in from Vermont. It looks like it's Leanna and Willard. Nice to see you both. Hello to Paula. Hello to Caroline in DC. Bronwyn in Victoria. Kim coming in from Vancouver. Dick and Kathy in Victoria. Great to see you guys in here. Regular hosts and song leaders. Hello to Annette in California. Hello to Tom, board member of Carpe Diem Arts. Carpe Diem Arts is what makes this program tick. So we're so grateful to everybody over there making this happen. We've got Susan in Cincinnati, Ohio. Sarah in Texas. Isabel coming in from somewhere. Great to see you. Maybe Florida. Mommy coming in from New Jersey. Nice to see you. Ray. And that's Lynn in Connecticut. Jamie in Victoria, pushing a lot of buttons here, gang. Kat in Vermont, Susan in Tacoma Park, Carol in Connecticut, Anna in Cambridge, Mass. Glad you got here today, Anna. And Tusi coming in from, Tusi, I forget. And Nancy, nice to have you with us today. Maybe new to us today. I don't recognize your name. Everybody, let's take one deep breath. Whew. All right. So I'm going to turn the floor over to the absolutely fabulous Matlakala Bopape, and she's going to just tell you briefly about herself and about the song before she teaches us our part. Matlakala, welcome. We're so glad to have you back. It's been a while.
Thank you so much. Yes, it's been a while, and I'm happy to be here again. And thank you for inviting me again. I think I'll start right away about the South African history and women's struggles in South Africa. I know that March is it's International Women's Day, and because the women's struggles are universal throughout the world, we just differ here and there by the severity depending on where you are, but generally it's almost the same. And my focus today is more about South African women in the struggle, especially about against apartheid. And as you might know, some of you, perhaps I should have started by introducing myself. Okay, I'm Matlakala Bopape. I come from Polokwane, and I'm in charge of Polokwane Choral Society, and I run workshops with Village Harmony, and I run workshops on my own throughout the world on South African music, both struggle, church songs, folk, traditional, and all of those. I'm very happy to be here. And let me go back to my focus now, that I'm focusing on South African women's struggles, especially during the time of apartheid. And that incidentally, it's March, International Women's Day, Women's Month, but it's coincidental in South Africa. Just yesterday, we were commemorating one of the brutal murders by apartheid for people who were protesting about pass laws. Pass laws were those kind of identity documents that were given only to Black people to regulate their movements within the urban areas. So it culminated in 1960 when people protested and burned, put on fire those identity documents, and the police mowed down 69 people dead. But that was the culmination. The beginning of that was actually started by women back in 1956. And in South Africa, then we also celebrate the 9th of August as a Women's Month because of the fact that they fought against injustices, inequality, and all the other things that were happening then. And still, some of them are still happening now. By then, the men had been moved to work into the mines. They had been taken off the rural areas to go and work in the mines, but they were not allowed to come with their wives. And if the wives were found around there, they would be arrested. So the apartheid government then devised a means of just getting an identity that was given to women to know where you are at what time, and you were supposed to move into town or into the city at a particular time. By that time, you are supposed to be off. Otherwise, you get locked up. So the women did not like this because it was limiting the movement. It was giving a lot of hardships to women because some of them were not even about those women. They were not wives to anybody. They were just making life by selling this or that, but they were not allowed to go into the cities to do that. So in 1956, some women of all formations, of all nationalities in South Africa, you would have 4 classes of women, like classified according to apartheid. You'd be a white woman, or you'd be an African woman, or you'd be an Indian woman, or you'd be a colored woman. So those were the classifications that were given during the time of apartheid. So all of these women from all walks of life came together, and on the 9th of August 1956, and marched to Pretoria, where is the head office, the government buildings, the union buildings, to go and give the petition about the fact that they didn't want this. And lo and behold, the minister didn't even take the petitions, just ignored them, but at least they had made a statement. And during that time, when they were doing that, we are a singing nation, actually. We sing for everything. And if we had time, I would also tell you about yesterday's song that came just about, but we leave that for another time. But because we are a singing nation, so when they got there, the slogan has always been for South African women. If you go and say, if you wathinta bafazi, wathinta umphokodo, it means you strike the woman, you strike a rock. So that's the slogan for South African women during the struggle. And even for now, if you say you strike a woman, you strike a rock, people already know what you're talking about. The struggle against all injustices and all the other ill things against women. So when they got there, they started singing a song about wathinta bafazi, wathinta umphokodo, you strike a woman, you strike a rock. But then there was another song that's always been sung now in praise of women, and I've sent it to you, Joe. I don't know whether you'd like to put the lyrics on there,
The lyrics are in the chat, Matlakala, so we are ready to sing along with you whenever you want to teach us.
Okay. The song says the name of the women needs to be praised. Let the name of women be praised. Igama, lamakhosikazi, Malibongwe. That's what it means. The name of the women let the main name of the woman be praised, because we are resilient. We may not be showing all our power, but I think we can run the world without men, actually, if given chance. So it says Igama lamakhosikazi, Malibongwe. Igama lamakhosikazi, Malibongwe. Igama lamakhosikazi, Malibongwe. That's the A part. Igama lamakhosikazi, Malibongwe. Igama lamakhosikazi, Malibongwe. The B part, Malibongwe, 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 Malibongwe. Repeat, Malibongwe, 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 Malibongwe. So you repeat the A part and the B part. So I'm going to start with the A part again and finish the whole song. We can sing together if you still remember. Igama lamakhosikazi, Malibongwe. Igama lamakhosikazi, Malibongwe. Malibongwe, 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 Malibongwe. It's simple. The movement is just the struggle power. You can play that one, Joe, that I sent to you.
Yep. So actually, Matlakala, can we sing it with you one more time through before we sing it with the video? And then I'd also like you to just, after we sing it, I'm going to have a question for you before we do the video.
Okay. Igama lamakhosikazi, Malibongwe. Igama lamakhosikazi, Malibongwe. Malibongwe, 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 Malibongwe. Malibongwe, 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 Malibongwe. I can start it for the last time. Igama lamakhosikazi, Malibongwe. Igama lamakhosikazi, Malibongwe, 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 Malibongwe.
Beautiful. Matlakala, thank you so much. That was really beautiful. Loved everything that you shared with us about the history, and also about the meaning of the song. And for all of the men in the room, we do love you very much, even if we do also believe that potentially we could be better leaders as things are quite falling apart in a lot of places in the world. So, Matlakala, I always love singing with you, and I know that you are, oftentimes doing projects with Village Harmony, and I'm hopeful for many of us in this room that at some point we'll be able to sing with you in person, Matlakala, when you are here. So before we share the video, folks, you'll get a chance now to sing along with the video and all of the beautiful harmonies. Can you tell us, Matlakala, sort of who is in the video, or, I think it's your chorus. Can you just explain to us?
No. It's not my chorus. I could not download my choruses. This is a young choir in Durban. That was singing this, an ANC choir in Lamontville in Durban. It's not my choir.
Okay. All right. So gang, we're going to try and share the video now. Wish us lots of luck. Please sing along, and then we'll come back for a little more chat and some goodbyes. Cross fingers.
Igama lamakhosikazi Malibongwe. Igama lamakhosikazi Malibongwe. 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 Malibongwe, 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 Malibongwe. Igama lamakhosikazi Malibongwe. Igama lamakhosikazi Malibongwe. Malibongwe, 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 Malibongwe.
This is the quickest way to clear out stuck
Whoops.
poop.
Okay, everybody hang on. I got to figure out how to turn it off. Okay, I did it. Sorry. All right. Can we please give it up for Matlakala for coming here today and sharing that song with us? What a powerful thing to hear it with all of those harmonies and those powerhouse young people. And Matlakala, I do hope that we can at some point share out your video of your choir doing it in our e-news. Yeah, great. Do you want to share anything else before we say goodbye to people about women's history or women's rights, or do you want to actually just sing it once more with us in your own voice? Because that sure is a lot of fun.
I would like to, because when you're looking at the lyrics, the part that I've sung to you is in Zulu. South Africa has got 11 official languages, but the other part is in Sotho. So there's a Zulu part and a Sotho part. So if you want to sing the Sotho part, you would say, Libitso lamafumahadi alebokwe. So it goes, Libitso lamafumahadi alebokwe, libitso labafumahadi alebokwe, 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 alebokwe. It's the same melody. And then there are all those harmonies that we may not have time to do them now. But I would also like to say the women in South Africa have fought so hard for their rights that I think in the whole of Africa, and I'm not sure about the world, and I think it competes very well. I think we might be very high up against other nations. It's 48% of women in government. 48%. That's a huge number. I mean, seeing where we come from, and yeah. And the other day I was saying to some of my students when I was teaching at university, and I was saying to them, you know, I'm so proud of South African women in the manner that they are so powerful and resilient that you would find they are working at something that's very small, but they build such big houses, and that you never find South African black women begging in the street. We always find men, not women. I don't know why, but it just makes me proud as a woman, because then I think you take care of other responsibilities rather than go back in the street. I don't know why, because people, they suffer from poverty, but South African women are not in the streets begging, and it's always men.
Thank
Somebody
you.
needs to do a research about this.
Thank you, Matlakala. It's just amazing to be able to hear from you. You know, the cultural knowledge and the cultural history and the cultural awareness that you carry. It's beautiful to be able to share that. You know, we are worlds apart and miles apart and time zones apart, and yet we share a lot in terms of the desire for equal rights and the desire for peace. But all of us around the globe have had such different journeys on our efforts either to have it or to be part of it or to get there. So everybody in this room, can we please show Matlakala a lot of love? I said it wrong that time, Matlakala. And actually, would you say it once? I would like to hear you say it. Can you say your name for us? Can you say your name for us?
Oh, Matlakala, Matlakala.
I try though I may. I still do not get that successfully, but I am so glad that you're patient with me.
And it means leaves of trees.
It means leaves of trees. Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, leaves of trees.
That's beautiful. Okay, if I liked
Yeah.
puns, which I do not, I would say that's our cue to make like a tree and leave. Here's we're at the end of this. But what I do want to say is that Matlakala, being a part of your community in whatever ways we can from over here has been really, really moving. There are links in the chat so you can learn more about Matlakala and her amazing chorus. We do hope we will get a chance to sing with you again this year. And can we all please one more big round of applause for Matlakala. And thanks everybody for joining us today. Matlakala, what time is it where you are? Is it about 6 p.m.?
It's 1828.
Uh-oh, math. 6:20. Okay, 6:28. So
Yeah.
worlds apart. Okay. Worlds apart, time zones
And
apart.
what's your time there?
So here
What's
we
your
are.
time there?
Yep, we are 12:30, just after noon.
Oh,
Yep.
oh, okay. Yeah.
Thank you again,
No, thank you very
Matlakala.
much.
Yep. Thank you so much.
Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you for being here, and we really do hope to sing with you in person someday over here on this side of a lot of ponds. Let's say goodbye to everybody over there in the custom live streaming service. That's Facebook and YouTube. We appreciate you being here. For everybody in the room, go back and listen to the video and try those harmonies on your own, because I was trying over here. I had a long way to go, but it was fun to try it. Again, thank you and goodbye to Matlakala, Bopape coming in from South Africa, and goodbye to Kevin in DC, Athena in Brooklyn, Deborah and Robert coming in from Kentucky. That's two goodbyes for you guys. Julie in Ontario, Arlene in California, Dan in Vienna, Virginia, Virginia, Carolyn in Boise, Lola in British Columbia, Cricket in Maryland, Luda in Victoria, British Columbia, Kathleen in Albuquerque, Sue in Seattle, Tom, board member from Carpe Diem Arts, thanks for being with us today and playing that beautiful instrument, Dally in Maryland, Annette in California, Bob, Mabel, and the Bears in Cambridge, Bob in Albany, Kevin in New Hampshire, Susan in Tacoma Park, Ruth and Clive in Birmingham, UK, Jamie in Victoria, British Columbia, Gary in Mass, Storm in Massachusetts, Sheila in North Florida. Looks like we have, let's see, some curly tops. There's Willard coming in from Vermont. We've got somebody on a phone of some sort. Galaxy, glad you're with us today. If you're new, feel free to stick after we end. Nancy in Washington State. Ann, might be Ann in Nashville. And if it's a new Ann, please feel free to stick. Paula, also, I'm not sure who you are, but if you want to stay afterwards, I'll unmute you and you can say hello. Caroline in DC. Kim, who's going to sing with us next week. Kim Bothan from British Columbia. Elizabeth in California, Dick and Kathy in Victoria. That's one wave for each of you. I got a chance to be in their Wednesday night sing this week. It was amazing. Susan in Cincinnati, Ohio. Mom coming in from New Jersey. Love you. Lynn in Connecticut. Kat in Vermont. Carol in Connecticut. Penny in Victoria. Aloysius in Mass. Erica, who might also be new to us. Please, again, stay after if you can. And of course, I don't just love my mom. I love you all. Bye, gang. Talk to you all soon. Thanks again, Matlakala.
Thank you so much, everybody.